Hello guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ibini Ubikoya, also known as IB Codes. I am a software engineer and a lover of God. If you are new to this channel, this is a channel where we talk about faith, lifestyle, and technology. So if this sounds interesting to you, please do not hesitate to click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, engage with the content, share with your friends, and that will be all. So it's not news that tech is one of those spaces where you can actually decide to work multiple jobs. But then the question is, should you work multiple jobs? Is it a good enough step to take in your career? Is it going to affect your career in any way? Is it even ethical to work multiple jobs? On this video, I'm going to be sharing my opinion on whether it's good to work multiple jobs in the tech space or not. If this sounds interesting to you, please stick around. Now let's get into it. Before I actually give my opinion on this topic, I'd like to just first talk about the advantages and disadvantages of working multiple tech jobs. Now, let's first start with the advantages. One of the advantages of working multiple tech jobs is you get diversified skill set. Working 2 or more jobs can actually help you gain diverse skill sets. You can work as a front-end engineer in one job, and you can work as a back-end engineer on another job. You can work as a brand designer on one job, and you can work as a product designer on another job. The second advantage of working multiple tech jobs is increased salary or increased income. Working multiple jobs allows you to earn a lot more than you would if you were to work one of those jobs. It's no brainer that working multiple jobs just gives you more money. The third advantage of working multiple jobs is you get to work with a lot more people, which is basically like networking opportunities, right? We all know that tech is a space where you get referrals, you get recommended based on the number of meaningful connections you have. Working multiple jobs means that you have a lot more connections and you have a lot more people that can actually vouch for your skill. And the last advantage I'm going to be sharing in this video of working multiple tech jobs is exposure to different work cultures. Every company has their own work culture. When you work in one company, you get to understand the work culture. Now, working multiple jobs, you get to experience multiple work cultures. Now, to the disadvantages. One of the disadvantages of working multiple tech jobs is increased workload and eventually stress. By default, one tech job is stressful as it is. Now imagine working multiple tech jobs. You work 2 or 3 times as hard as you would working one job. The second disadvantage of working multiple tech jobs is there is potential for conflict of interest. Conflict of interest comes in when you work for 2 companies that basically have the same product. If you are a back-end engineer in company A and a back-end engineer in company B, for instance, and company A and company B are both fintech companies, there is a high probability that there will be conflicts of interest. The third disadvantage of working multiple tech jobs is your work-life balance is going to be messed up. It's difficult enough to work one job and still maintain work-life balance. Now imagine working 2, 3 jobs at the same time. You literally wouldn't have time for yourself, time for your family. The last disadvantage I'm going to be sharing in this video is difficulty in career advancement, and this is what really concerns me. I am very particular about my growth. Anything that tends to affect or tends to be an hindrance to my growth, I try to avoid it. When you work multiple tech jobs, you have a lot more work to do, and what that means is you wouldn't get time to work on yourself. You wouldn't get time to focus on your own growth, because by default in the tech industry you actually have to carve out time to work on your personal growth. When you work multiple jobs, you don't have the time to do this. Now to the main question, should you work multiple tech jobs? Before I give my opinion on that, I'd like to answer one question before that, and that question is it ethical to work multiple tech jobs? Now, my answer to that would be it depends. There are two scenarios. Now, the first scenario is if any of the jobs you are combining has it stated in the contract that you cannot work any other job, then you are violating the terms of that contract. That makes it unethical because you saw that clause there before you signed the contract. Now, the other aspect to this is if none of the jobs you are combining has that kind of clause, then I think you are all good as long as you are performing and you are meeting all your defined KPIs. Now, should you work multiple tech jobs? Just like a lot of things, it depends. If you have enough time on your hands, I would say you can. Also, if your main goal is to get money, then by all means, work multiple jobs because I understand that everyone has different things they are looking for. Everyone has different goals that they've set. And if your goal is financial and it's just purely financial, then by all means, you can do that. But then be aware of the effect it's going to have on other aspects of your life. But if you have career goals and you want to grow in your career, I would say that you shouldn't really work multiple jobs, or you should be very selective with the kind of jobs you combine because working multiple jobs divides your attention. And for you to grow in a particular environment, you need focus. You need to work extra hours. Now, doing this for two companies just defeats the whole purpose. As a last note, let me say two things. First, I believe in times and seasons. The Bible says there's a time for everything. I believe there's a time in one's career when you would need to work multiple jobs, probably just for the money or for some of the other advantages. And I also believe there's a time when you need to stick to one job. Figure out what season you are in your career. That would give you an idea of what you need. If you have a mentor, reach out to your mentor, have a good discussion about it, and conclude on what is best for you. The second thing I'd like to mention is about price and pleasure. No matter what decision you take, whether you decide to go with working multiple tech jobs or just sticking to one, there is a price you have to pay for it and there is a pleasure that comes with it. For instance, working multiple tech jobs comes with long, stressful hours, but it also comes with increased income. The increased income is the pleasure. The extra stressful long hours is the price you have to pay. At every point in time when you want to make a decision, always weigh the price and the pleasure of each of your choices. And the question you should always ask yourself is the pleasure you are getting worth the price you are paying? And I think that would help you make a better decision. That will be all for today's video. I hope the information I shared was very insightful and helpful to you. If you still haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that right now and also like the video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, keep believing, keep growing, and keep glowing. Peace.